if you recall history from that time, there was a lot of gold being taken from the Americas or Central America, South America, back to Europe. And of course, a pirate's job was to extract that gold for a little cost and keep it for themselves or sell it to somebody else or keep the booty, if you will. And that's what pirates did, not much, again, unlike what they do today, stealing a ship for ransom. As a matter of fact, one time, Edward Teach and his crew actually went into the Charleston Harbor and kidnapped, I think is the right word, some citizens and held them hostage. All they wanted was some medical supplies, but they held the whole city of Charleston because they had taken some prominent citizens. They held the city of Charleston hostage. They finally got the supplies, and they moved on about their business. He was particularly a sly, but kind, if you will, type of pirate. He was known for killing a lot of people, no question, but when he encountered enemies, which were armies or flotillas of people trying to protect what they had, if they put up a fight, and of course the pirates won, then the people would be killed that were putting up the fight. And if, on the other hand, the people that they were going against surrendered, then he was gracious enough to spare their lives. Very interesting fellow. And again, what I want you to keep in mind is this image of this smoky, dark, black hair, black beard, tall, fully adorned pirate. In other words, you could probably pick him out a mile away as the commander of a bunch of ragtag pirate crew, if you will. So one time he, as pirates were wont to do, decided to have a little party, right? Had gathered all his goods together. Just a wild man. Probably threw a party like none of us have ever been to before. He would do things at parties or just around his crew. Again, maybe just for image, maybe just to keep his image up at that high level. He would sometimes take gunpowder and put it in his beard and set his beard on fire. Or he would take rum and light it with a match and drink it while it was burning, if you will. Again, a very vivid character, right? Things that you and I do all the time, but maybe in 1700 wasn't so well known. In any case, he decided to have a party. All of his crew, they holed up, if you will, on a little island off the coast of North Carolina called Ocracoke. You all have heard of that one, I'm sure. Found a place that is now called Teach's Hole. Well, he was having this party for about 3 or 4 days, and apparently word got back to the governor of Virginia that this was going on. Wasn't really a great idea. The governor of Virginia, meaning representing the British government, didn't take too kindly to this. So the governor of Virginia appointed a small task force, if you will, of 2 sloops headed by a fellow named Robert Maynard to go down to where the party was going on and try and get rid of, if you will, execute, take out our Edward Teach. Well, that worked out pretty interestingly. At this point, I may have failed to mention, Edward Teach is known to you today as, anybody know?
Blackbeard.
Yeah, you got that part of it. Okay. Blackbeard. Particularly nefarious, particularly difficult to deal with, particularly sly, particularly effective. So when the 2 sloops from Virginia came down, he was able to maneuver around the sloops and actually fired some cannons into them and apparently caused some damage. Robert Maynard, the commander he was opposing, ordered all his men to go under deck, the ones that weren't killed. In other words, to play possum, to play dead, so that Blackbeard and his crew would board the ships. And that's exactly what happened. And when they did, then of course the remaining crew from Robert Maynard in the Virginia commitment, if you will, came back and they ensued a huge fight, which was eventually won by the Virginians. Interesting. At one point, Robert Maynard came face to face with Blackbeard, and they had a sword fight. And apparently, it came to the point where Blackbeard was about to kill Robert Maynard and take back control of all these pirates fighting. But some of Maynard's men were able to come up from behind. This is a little graphic. No children here. able to slit his throat from behind. But he's, again, a particularly difficult character. He kept on fighting, and the reports are that it took 5 gunshot wounds and about 20 stabs. So to make it worse, Robert Maynard wanted to get rid of this guy forever. What did he do? Like pirates do today. They cut off the Blackbeard's head. Threw his body in the water. It's reported his body swam around the ship 3 times looking for the head. And he put the head right on the bowsprit, the part that sticks out over the water. And it's reported today that if you're in the Ocracoke Island area and you hear the wind blowing from the island, or you might see a glow coming up from underneath the water, you're probably likely to hear, "Where's my head? Where's my head? Where's my head?"